Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is coconut rum by Barissimo. It's Aldi's brand, and I believe they have that in loose coffee too. I think it's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it is good. So today's temperature is going to be 45 degrees, and I looked at the weekly forecast, and it's going to be going into the 20s at night coming up here in a few days. So fall is coming to an end, and winter will be starting before we know it. I think there's even some snow forecast in the future, in the next few days. So I don't mind snow if it's not a ton and you can still get out and about and the roads are okay. But most of the time, once it snows, it snows. So we can get a lot of snow here in Ohio. And we have also what is called lake effect snow. If any of you live near the Great Lakes, you know what I'm talking about, where you have pockets where you can get a tremendous amount of snow. So it's in the past we've had lots of snow, like feet of snow. Is that feet or feet? I think Bob Ross used to say, oh, you give them their little feet, when he was painting something that needed to be grounded. So, all right, let's give this coconut rum coffee a taste. So today I have to take my little Lizzie to the groomer. They called me back. Wasn't planning on spending any money, but she really needs a haircut and a bath. She is one dirty doggy. So I wish I could groom them myself. I used to groom my little Allie with scissors, and she would lay next to me and I'd snip here and snip there. And she had wavy hair, so, you know, it really looked okay. It didn't have to be real precise. And I could probably do Lizzie too that way, but she's so, no, don't touch, no, not that either. So I'd just rather spend the $55 and get it over with. So, all right, let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers. Very good. So I'm trying something new here. I have my tripod on the table instead of holding it, and it's more stable that way. So I think this will be all right. You can still see what I want you to see, and you don't need to look at me first thing in the morning. So anyway, that's going to be my big chore for the day, is getting Lizzie to the groomer. And I did call an exterminator. Now it's a contract, so I'll talk a little bit more about that when I take you over to my budget book. But in the meantime, I have to have Lizzie to the groomer by 9:30, and I need to get dressed and finish my coffee. Okay, back at the budget book. So yesterday I did spend money. I put gas in my car. I did go to Costco, but I didn't really spend money in Costco because I had a rewards cash coupon, so that was not money spent, but I did have to get gas, but I wasn't in my car when we went to Costco, so I had to go to just a regular gas station. So I filled up my car for $39 and a few cents. And then I got a pizza for my mom and I got one for my grandson. So that was $20 with a tip. So, and then today, I know I hadn't planned on spending money the rest of the November, but Yuppie Puppy is who I use here in our area. Been taking my dogs there forever. They do a great job. If any of you live in this area and have a dog that needs to be groomed, they're in Olmsted Township, I believe. But anyway, they called me back after I missed the other appointment and rescheduled me for 9:30 this morning. I normally don't like early appointments, but I said, yes, I'll take it. So I need to take Lizzie for grooming. So that will be another $55, which in my opinion is money well spent. So, but anyway, then Thursday, Thanksgiving. I don't think I need to spend anything because I'll be going to my ex-husband's house and having dinner with them. And I did buy one of those humongous pumpkin pies at Costco. Well, that was under the, gift certificate, whatever. And that was $5.99. So I didn't actually spend money on that. I spent... So altogether yesterday I spent about $59 between the pizza and the gasoline. So, but I was almost on empty, and I really don't like to let my car get that low. I like to fill up when my tank is on half and keep it on the fuller side. You never know when, something is going to happen and the gas pumps won't work, and so I like to keep my car filled up. So anyway, I was starting to say when I was making my coffee, I did hire an exterminator, and I've had these people before. They do, when they come out, they do everything. They look for bugs, they do any rodent problems you have. They do it all, and I do like that they come back and follow up because, and any time you call them, I mean, it's a monthly billing, but my grandson and I are going to share that. So, but anytime you have to call them in between their regular visits, it's free. Well, it's not free because you're paying for the service, but I figure we can't deal with all these mice anymore. And since I have a prepper stash, I don't want them getting into that. And so I don't really want to pay that, but we've tried. We have tried. We've gotten, I don't know how many mouse traps my grandson has put up. We've caught a few, but pretty much we hear them, but we're not catching anymore. So they'll come out, they'll check the whole house for wherever they're coming in. They check outside, they check inside, so they take care of the problem wherever it is in the house. And then if you have bugs, they treat those too. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it'll alleviate the problem we're having. And I've never had this happen before, and it's not like my house is filthy. So they're just, they come in they come in through the garage, and then I guess somewhere they have easy access to come in the house. So they'll be checking all that. So anyway, fingers crossed that'll alleviate the problem. If it doesn't, then I will cancel the service and say, you didn't do a good job. But when I had them, like maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, they did do a good job. So the money flows, and it flows out a whole lot quicker than it flows in. But at least it's flowing, so I'm not going to complain. If it wasn't so close to Christmas, it wouldn't be that big of a problem, but I do still need to get together some cash for Christmas. I have part of the money, but I need a little bit more, and then it'll be a stress-free Christmas. So, all right, I will be back in a little bit. I have to get moving so that I can get my little dog to the groomer, and I will be back in a little while. Day 19, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. God has given us two hands, one to receive with and the other to give with. We are not cisterns made for hoarding. We are channels made for sharing. Billy Graham. You may believe that you should be strong and self-sufficient all the time, and that you are weak and shameful if you ask for help. But in God's economy, it takes both giving and receiving to create a balanced life. When you give too much without receiving, you become exhausted and depleted. Simplify your life by learning to receive as well as to give. Without guilt or shame, ask for help when you need it. Just as you have delighted in helping others, so allow others to delight in helping you. Put false pride aside and allow God to send you His ministering angels. When you are feeling overwhelmed, ask God for help. Remember that receiving is as important as giving, and allow others to help you. Asking for help is something that I struggle with myself. So having read this, I feel that I need to do better and allow other people to get joy from helping me. Okay, these three are out of control, especially this guy. What is going on with you guys? I just brought Lizzie back from the groomer, and he's like beside himself. What is going on with Bandit? What is going on here? You guys are like somebody kicked over the beehive. So I had to put a leash on him just to calm him down. Oh, that's good. That's a good boy. Oh, he was just going absolutely bonkers. And this one is doing nothing but whining. Why are you whining? There's nothing going on. I know. All right, everybody calm yourselves. Must be something going on in the universe. There's a disturbance in the force. All right. These guys are just absolutely out of control. They get excited when one or the other leaves and comes back, but this has been like over the top. So anyway, when I took Lizzie to the groomer, I have like 2 hours in between, and I had gotten a flyer this morning from Family Dollar. So I went to Family Dollar and I picked up this Bella Basics. It's a 1.5 quart slow cooker. It's like the one, similar to the one that I have, that I made my meatloaf in the other day. But this was half price. It was regularly $10 and it was half price for $5. So I use the little slow cooker a lot, and I thought, this might be a good thing for one person. I could do one thing in the slow cooker. Let's say I wanted to make a meatloaf in there, or some sort of not meat or meat-like substance. I could do it in that. And then in the second slow cooker, I could do au gratin potatoes, or I could do scallop potatoes. I could do a veggie soup. So I thought having two of them would be nice. They're still at it. Stop it! Anyway, he's at it again. So I got this one, and I thought for $5 that would be a good thing, and it would save money on electricity as opposed to using the big stove. So while I was there, they had half price on their fall items. So I got this cup, this mug, for $1.50. It was regularly $3, and I thought that was really pretty since I like orange. And I got this candle that's normally $5, and it was half off for $2.50, and that's a nice size one. So that'll burn for a long time, either on my kitchen stove or on my fireplace. And then I got, now this was not half price, but it was $3. I thought with Christmas coming up, I thought that was cute, and my daughter's name is Joy, so I like to pick things up that say Joy. And then half price again, I got this pumpkin canister, and that was $5, so I got it for $2.50, and it's a nice weighty one. You could put coffee in there or teas or whatever, but with this color, you could really keep it out all year. You put it on your coffee bar. So that's what I got, and altogether I spent $15. So I thought those were good buys, and I didn't break the bank with that. I also stopped at Mark's. I bought a bottle of peach Moscato, and it was only $6.99. I'm taking that to Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I'll be taking that with a pie and some whipped cream. And then I'm going to make some of those little cucumber sandwiches, just a few of those to make as an appetizer, just because I like to, you know, I don't want to be a mooch. I like to contribute. So the dogs are not quite settled down yet. They're still a little loopy. I don't know. I mean, they do this crazy stuff once in a while, but most of the time they don't. They're pretty mellow. But today it feels like that kind of a day. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, where just everything is just in your face. You know, it's chaotic, and it's not peaceful. It's like when I was on the way to take her to the groomer and to the store, my phone messages kept going off, and you know, just very disturbing the peace of mind. Let me put it that way. So, I don't know, do you ever have days like that? And I found that as I get older, multitasking is just like a crazy thing I can't do anymore. I never liked it even when I was younger, but now that I've gotten older, it's getting to be next to impossible to keep that up. It disturbs my calm when I have like 100 things going, and this is going on here and that's going on there. I like to keep things at an even pace. I'm starting to feel like I got a bunch of crazy toddlers running around here. Oh well, life with dogs. Yeah, so anyway, back to this little thing. It has off, low, high, and warm, which is nice. I have another slow cooker that I hardly ever use because I think it only has one temperature on it. And sometimes if you leave things in there too long, they don't come out right. So that's why I wanted this one, because it has the 3 temperatures. And then you can make dips in there and just keep them warm. So I think I'm going to like this, and I'll get a lot of use out of this one and also the other one. So, all right, well, I'm going to try and relax if these guys let me. I think it's time to put my feet up, finish my coffee, and get my little heating pad and just chill for a little bit. All right, I'll be back. All right, well, I'm done for the day. And the last thing I wanted to talk just a little bit about was simplifying your routines. Sometimes I overcomplicate things, and I know I do it. And my mom does the same thing. You know, in your quest for perfection, for lack of a better term, you fuss. At least I do. It's not like, okay, just do this and it's done. You know, you do this, and then eventually it gets done. So I've been giving this a lot of thought. And it's like, it used to take me a long time to do my hygiene, and as far as washing my hair, I mean, my hair was much longer. I colored it. Back in the day, it was much thicker, and it took a long time to dry. Well, that's kind of resolved itself. I still have plenty of hair, but, you know, it air dries within an hour, hour and a half. It used to take like hours just to air dry. So in order to simplify that, I just cut it shorter. I cut it in layers so that the air can get to it, and, you know, you don't have hair over hair, so this never dries. So I simplified that. I simplified my shampooing routine. And what I did with that was I bought a shampoo and conditioner in one, and then I just use, when I soap up my hair, I just wash my body with the shampoo. I mean, it's soap. So I wash my hair, I soap myself up with the shampoo suds, and I'm done and out of the shower in no time. First of all, it saves a lot of water, it saves a lot on soap, and it saves a lot on time. So that's one thing I've simplified. I'm trying to simplify my stuff, but I'll never be a minimalist. I've said this before. It's not anywhere near a goal of mine to become a minimalist. I like my things. When I don't like them anymore, then I get rid of them. If I still like them, I keep them. So, but I am trying to simplify the things that I keep. It's not, well, I kind of like this, but so if I don't like it anymore, then I get rid of it. But if I like it a lot, even though I may not be using it in a certain space, I'll just put it in a box and store it, and then maybe later on down the road I won't like it anymore. Or I may get tired of what's in that space now, and I may put that thing away and put this back out. So I'm simplifying those things. So as many things, if you're dreading doing a task, whatever it might be, ask yourself, how can I simplify this? You know, do I need to sweep the floor more often in order for it not to be so dirty? Or do I need to get a little lightweight vacuum that's easier to use than dragging out my big heavy vacuum cleaner? You know, just think of simple ways that you can simplify a routine, especially those routines that you hate to do. So anyway, that's what I'm doing on my journey to simplify. I'm simplifying my buying things. I mean, I still buy things, you see that, but not anywhere near like I used to. And the mug collection, I purged a ton of mugs last summer. If I had multiples, I got rid of the multiples and only kept one or two, so I simplified that. I've picked up some fall mugs, and what I'm going to do, rather than putting them all in the cupboard, I have another space that I'm just going to put seasonal mugs. So once Christmas comes upon us, I'm going to take out my Christmas mugs, and the fall mugs are going to go where the Christmas mugs were. So I'm just trying to simplify those types of routines, those types of things, stuff, whatever. I mean, with my skincare routine, I used to do my skincare routine. I would do it, you know, you layer this one, you let it soak in, and then you layer the next one, whatever it is you use. Now I just mix them all together in the palm of my hand, whatever I want to use, and it goes on my face and on my neck and Bob's your uncle, and I'm done. So I simplified that. Let's see what else. I simplified my living room furniture so that if the dogs get on there, I don't care. It's fine. Now there's a couple chairs that they don't get on because it has pillows and stuff. But, you know, the rest of the stuff is fine. I simplified it all. I simplified it so that almost everything in my living room I can move, except for my armoire. I've talked about that before, and I do want to get rid of that. Eventually I'm going to get a TV I can mount on the wall, and it's going to be a much bigger TV on a swivel that I can watch TV anywhere in the room. Right now, the living room is kind of set up around the TV, and my TV is so small that my chair has to be right in front of it, and it really limits the way that I can set up my furniture in the living room. If I put a TV on the wall and that'll swivel to any direction in the room, I can have a much bigger selection of how I can arrange my living room furniture. So it's a work in progress, and yes, I have a lot of storage cupboards, a lot of storage nooks and crannies, because I prefer my stuff stored away in something rather than everything displayed. But I do have a lot of things displayed, especially in my kitchen. Not as much in my living room and not as much in other places, but I do have a lot of stuff on the open shelving in the kitchen, and I don't mind that. So simplifying everything, simplifying my grocery list to certain things that I purchase over and over, and they're multiple use things. Making cooking easier, like 2 little slow cookers maybe, instead of using one big one that I can only do certain dishes in altogether. So I'm always trying to think of ways to simplify things, especially things that I don't like to do. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.